So what's the difference between a USM and an STM lens? In this video, you're going to hear the difference. Let's get you tech equipped. Welcome to Tech Equipped. We're glad you're here. If you're wondering what the difference between the USM and STM on the front of your lens is, this video is going to explain it. This very expensive L-series lens right here is fantastic for photography. This is the cream of the crop, man. You'll notice it says USM on it. That's ultrasonic mode. So what's the difference between that and an STM lens? An STM lens could be way less expensive. Is it worse? Well, the difference really for photography is for videography. You will notice on the lens itself, it says STM on the lens right there. That means it's a stepping motor lens, which means it is silent, essentially. They say, just to cover their own tail, they say it's virtually silent. It is. It's totally silent. And so that's what you're going to hear today. We're going to compare this lens with an L-series lens, both of which are on the Canon SL2, and we're going to compare them to see which lens really is silent when recording video. So we're going to disconnect the external mic. Right now I've got a shotgun mic right here, a TAKSTAR mic. So we're going to disconnect this and we're going to listen to it through the internal mic on the Canon SL2. After that, then we'll put the TAKSTAR mic back on the camera itself so you can hear if it picks up the sound when the mic is on the camera. Let's do it. Okay, so right now we've got the L-series lens on the camera itself, and I've got it in autofocus mode, and so I've got my wife's business card right here, and if you know, this is kind of the channel behind the channel. My wife, her YouTube channel is youtube.com/gingermmt, and we produce videos for her travel agent business on that channel. And so I'm going to use her business card to demonstrate the autofocus on this camera. Now, like I said, right now you are hearing the internal mic on the Canon SL2. And it's an L-series lens. It is a non-STM lens, so there's not a stepping motor in it. So actually, you're going to hear it a little bit on the camera, but the L lens is quieter than the old kit lens that used to come on the cameras that was non-STM. It's very loud. So what you're hearing right now is actually going to be a little bit quieter than if you just had the regular kit lens that used to come on the cameras. So this is an L lens, and here's what the autofocus sounds like on the card. And that was pretty loud. You probably heard that. Now what's interesting is, like I said, that's actually quieter than the other lens that you would used to get on a camera. Now I'm going to plug in the shotgun mic, which is now sitting on top of the SL2. I'll plug in and we'll see if you can, because the shotgun, that SL2, the TAKSTAR mic is pretty long, and so it may not pick it up because it's far enough away from it that it's getting me out. It's going to get me out here. It may not even pick up the autofocus sound, but we'll see. Let's try it. Okay, so now we're recording through the TAKSTAR shotgun mic, and we're going to see if it picks up the autofocus sound like you could probably hear it on the internal. Okay, that was pretty quiet. I don't know if you heard it there. Let's see if I can get it to do like it did last time where it was real loud. Okay, that was pretty loud. I'm sure you could probably hear that on the shotgun mic. But that's a big shotgun mic. It's kind of long. It may not have gotten it because the point of the mic may be far enough past the lens that it didn't get it. So now we're going to try this shotgun mic. It's a BOYA BY MM1, and it is much shorter than the TAKSTAR mic. And so I'm guessing that, this is my hypothesis, my theory, I'm guessing that This is actually going to pick up the autofocus sound much more than the TAKSTAR mic. So it'll be interesting to see what we find out. Okay, now we've got the BOYA BYMM1 shotgun mic on the SL2. My guess is it's probably going to pick up the lens noise a little bit more than the TAKSTAR mic, and I've got the settings exactly the same as far as the manual volume input, totally the same. And I'm guessing because it's shorter than that TAKSTAR mic, the lens itself is more in front of the edge of the mic. And so my guess is it's going to end up being a little more, a little louder. Okay, so let's test it out here. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how loud that was in the mic. Now we're going to put the STM lens, the kit lens that comes with the SL2, we're going to put it on the camera, and you're going to hear the difference in with or without the STM stepping motor within the lens. Okay, so what you just heard was the L lens, and that was the really high quality lens that Canon's make. It has a USM in it. It's an ultrasonic motor instead of STM stepping motor. And the ultrasonic motor, like I said, is quieter than the original regular lenses. However, now we have just a kit lens, a basic kit lens that comes with the SL2, or if you were to get a T7i, it would have this on it. And it's an STM lens, which means stepping motor. So what's the difference between STM and USM? Here's the difference. Remember what the L lens sounded like when I came close to the camera? Silent. If I were to get the card and put the card back up. It's silent. It is silent. This is a must-have for videography. And right now you're hearing this through the internal mic. This is the internal mic. So now we're going to plug in the TAKSTAR shotgun mic, and you can see what it looks like with the TAKSTAR on it. And now we have the TAKSTAR mic plugged in, and let's see what happens. Nothing. You can't hear it at all with the card. It's silent. It's totally silent. All right, let's try with the BOYA mic just to make sure. Let's try it with that one too. Okay, now we've got the BOYA mic on there, which, the TAKSTAR would be much longer than the front of the, not much. The TAKSTAR would be longer than the kit lens. The BOYA is still much shorter than the kit lens. So if one of the two mics were to pick up the autofocus sound, it would be this one. Let's see if it does. Silent. Silent. Man, I'm telling you, the kit lens for videography, the STM lens, is a must-have. It really is a must-have. It is totally silent. It is the best lens type to have for videography. STM. Make sure it says STM on it. It is so important, because the autofocus is literally silent. It's awesome. Well, after hearing those back-to-back comparisons, it's kind of hard to argue that the STM lens is really the best lens for videography because of that silent motor. Now, just so you know, like price comparison-wise, this 17 to 40 millimeter L-series lens that has the USM motor in it, it is currently $500 on Amazon, brand new at the time of shooting this video. The kit lens, the STM lens that we're filming through right now, that was silent in videography, it's currently on sale at Amazon, brand new for $87. So it's a little bit different, okay? So for videography, once again, you can't beat this lens. You just can't. The silent motor really is what sets it apart. I hope this video has helped you understand the differences between a STM and a USM lens. Practically speaking, it all comes down to video because the silent motor in the STM lens. That's what sets it apart for videography, not necessarily photography, but for videography, that's what sets it apart than a USM lens. Good news is it's way cheaper too, so that's a win-win for everybody. But we hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to make sure that you're always staying up to date on everything. And the tech question for this video, what kind of lens do you use? I'd love to hear your answer in the comments below. If you have any questions for us, be sure to ask in the comments, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, be sure to click the button right there to subscribe and check out our next video right down there. And hey, check us out on youtube.com/gingermmt. My wife is a free travel agent. When you book through her services are totally free to you, so be sure to check that out too. We look forward to seeing you soon.